This was actually one of the hardest years of my life, and I could attribute a lot of that to YouTube, and there's a couple reasons why. Don't get me wrong, I love YouTube and I love making videos, and it has actually changed my life for the better, but it really has been an uphill battle. It's not YouTube, it was a me thing. There's a lot I want to get into and not a lot of time to do it. I just came back from DPing this short film, and I'm leaving to Vegas tomorrow to help film this teachers conference. Super grateful I'm staying busy because last year was incredibly slow. So in this video, I'm gonna go over 3 different things. The first one is how YouTube has made me a better filmmaker and has helped my business overall. The second one's gonna be the darker side of YouTube and dealing with companies, sponsorships, getting sent stuff, and this weird culture that comes with the filmmaking side of being a content creator. We can talk about the money. That one's gonna be a little juicy. Probably companies don't wanna hear what I'm gonna say, but I
don't care.
And then the third one is gonna be the mistakes that I've made and the things that I wish I did completely differently when starting this YouTube channel. I started with a certain motive, and then at some point during the year, it shifted and went a little down south. I'm excited to get into that because it might help people, as well as if you're subscribed to this channel, give you a little insight on my own personal life with YouTube. And with that being said, I'm no longer cringing at myself asking you to subscribe. So subscribe to this channel if you like the content, or if you've been watching my videos and haven't done so yet. Make sure you like this video so it can help others. The first thing I want to talk about is how YouTube has overall helped my filmmaking business a ton. And that's because I learned this one hard rule, and that is people could care less about what I have to say. And that sounds super cynical, but it's true. People really don't care. And that's fine. It's not because people suck. It's just because time is valuable. People are spending time with their families, they're doing other things, and to hear what I have to say, I really do have to be providing value. And at first, I really wasn't providing a ton of that. Even in my filmmaking business, I was making videos for people that weren't meant to generate business, and I didn't really understand how to capture an audience's attention because I didn't really care. It didn't matter to me. If I got paid for the video I was making, I was happy. But that did not mean that the client was happy. So with being a YouTuber, it actually mattered. My hook mattered, my audience retention mattered, my click-through rate, making things clickbaity, which I think it's super annoying when people get frustrated about things being clickbaity. It's been an advertisement for years. It's not clickbait, it's sales and advertisement. So if you don't want to be clickbaity, that probably means you're not the best at sales. But I did learn what works and doesn't work because I have the analytics. This is super important if you have a video production company, because you're going to be creating this content and you want to have good hooks. You want the commercials you're making or wedding video or whatever it is to actually capture whatever viewer's attention and not just lose them. I wouldn't say I'm great at it now, but if you're still watching this video, it's probably because I teased it at the beginning and I didn't just wait to crescendo this video and climax it at the end, which is the way I approached my video production about a year ago. It's also changed the way I sell my services because I'm a good bit more confident that the content I'm creating for my clients is going to capture viewers' attention because I've failed time and time and time again on this YouTube channel, and it's hurt my feelings a lot of times. So I guess I learned from having my heart broken after spending days on a video just to have it perform terribly because it didn't have a hook, good thumbnail, good title, and wasn't catchy at the beginning, and I waited to put it at the end. I hope that makes sense. If not, I'm gonna be making a whole YouTube video on this one topic because I don't see it talked about as much, and it's incredibly important if you do own your own video production company. Now to talk about working with companies, sponsorship, having things sent to me for free for review and all that stuff. and really the dark side of YouTube in that way, at least in the filmmaking space. This could be really bad. So when I had my first company reach out to me and say, Anthony, we love your content. We would love to send you over blank, blank, and blank in exchange for a full review. I had so much adrenaline. I was super excited. I thought, wow, Mom, I made it. I'm getting free gear for doing nothing. And that quickly disappeared when I realized how much work actually goes into making these videos. My typical day rate, depending on deliverables, is anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000. And I'm spending at least 3 to 4 days when a company sends me something to review. When I realized this, I started asking companies if they were willing to sponsor a video as opposed to just sending me free stuff in exchange for a review. Some companies actually agreed, but a lot of companies weren't willing to pay for that, which to me doesn't make any sense because these companies are making a ton of money off of these influencer videos on YouTube. Then it clicked in my head the reason why they're not willing to pay. If I had the opportunity to get a free video made by 25, 30 different people, as opposed to paying somebody that the quality might be a little better or it's the same, $2,000 to $3,000, I would probably go for the free option. And here's the problem with the filmmaking YouTuber space. There are way too many influencers that are okay with settling for just products in exchange for review. To me, that doesn't make any sense. I really do think that YouTubers should raise the standard and start charging for their time. You don't need to feel guilty actually making money, spending countless hours and days creating something that benefits somebody else. I do completely understand wanting your reviews to be unbiased and not having your audience distrust you or making money off the affiliate side instead of the sponsorship side. I completely get it. Everybody has their different motives. But I also see this interesting culture where people are just excited to get free stuff instead of actually asking if there's a budget. I'm thinking of 3 companies right now that I've worked for that offered to send me something in exchange for a review. And if I didn't ask, hey, is there a budget that comes with this review so that I can hire a BTS videographer or actually put on a bigger production to showcase your product, I wouldn't have gotten paid for it. Whatever your thoughts may be about the Bible, there is a statement there that's incredibly true that says you have not because you ask not, and that's usually the case, especially with YouTube. So what I would say to all the companies reaching out to people for free advertisement is just to value the work that people are putting into reviewing your products and testing them, putting them on real sets, and all of that kind of stuff. And with all that out of the way, it's time for the last part, and that's what I wish I would have done differently. I made a good amount of mistakes. Some were actually pretty selfish, and I wasn't necessarily thinking about my audience when I was making videos. I was just trying to, get traction and my motivation changed and all that. So let's get right into it with the motive that I had when I first started doing YouTube. I'm doing it. I'm starting a YouTube channel. I've been meaning to do it for the longest time. YouTube has changed my entire life. And that's not because I'm a YouTuber now and I make a little bit more money and have a little bit more exposure. It's because I wouldn't have started my production company without YouTube. I started off with photography, so learning how to take photos, expose the camera properly, different composition, how to sell videos, how to start a production company, how to market yourself. So many different things I've learned from people making videos about these topics on YouTube. So my motivation in starting this channel was, let me give back to the community that gave me so much. So I started pumping out videos here and there. Some got a little bit of traction, and then at some point, one video blew up more than I thought it would, and then it started to fuel me. It was like this excitement and these endorphins and adrenaline that I would get when a video would do well, and my motivation started going in a different direction. I started creating content that would do well as opposed to content that I wanted to see or value that I wanted to give back to the community. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed making those videos, and from the feedback I heard, they did provide value to the community on what gear to purchase and all of that. But when I tried making videos that I was really passionate about, like BTS videos and lighting tutorials and all of that, they didn't do as well, so I didn't do them. They also might have just been not engaging or not good, but I don't know that because I made one or two and then just completely stopped. This led to what a lot of creators face, and that is burnout. I don't want to get too preachy, but if you're spending so much time creating what you're not meant to create or passionate and called to create, then you're probably gonna be facing burnout. That's just how it is. Your mind works a certain way, and if you're just creating to create or for the algorithm, then you're really not going to last too long. And I learned that the hard way. It started affecting my mental health, started affecting certain relationships, and I ended up taking a decently long break from YouTube because I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. Thankfully, I got over myself. My wife kept telling me, Anthony, do it, you love it, just keep creating. I kept complaining that I was making review videos, and she told me, Anthony, that's basically all you watch on YouTube, so you're making what you watch. And she's just amazing. She really is. She's one of my biggest supporters, and I'm super grateful for her. So now I'm creating content that I personally want to watch and want to make. And if it does well, cool. If it doesn't do well, I mean, that still sucks, but it doesn't affect me as much as it did halfway through the year. I'm actually going to be going through a series called Teaching a Beginner How to blank blank, whatever it is, expose a camera, light a commercial scene. And I'm bringing my friend on the channel who's actually a beginner, and I'm going to be mentoring him as you guys are watching these videos. So he's going to be asking real life questions. So it's more of an interactive learning process as opposed to just me telling you how to light a commercial scene or capturing good audio or exposing a camera, whatever it may be, because a lot of times I don't think of the questions that you guys would have. So if that interests you at all, make sure you subscribe. I wish I can go into all that I've learned on YouTube this first year, but I really don't have the time, and I probably forgot half of the things while filming this video. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. And that's it for this video. I'm about to sell this couch behind me and get a different one. He just texted me 2 minutes ago that he's here, so I'll see you guys later.